Hi, Jasmine. Welcome to Frich.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I am in awe.
Do you like the look?
I am obsessed. How long did it take you?
It took me a good 2.5 hours today. Sometimes it's a little faster, sometimes takes a little more time. I mean, like in this fashion week rush. Yeah. This was my outfit yesterday. Yesterday I had I went to like 4 to 5 places. So let's just say it was a big night. I got home at like 5 in the morning. So, and like getting this all off, it takes like actually like it's very quick to take it off. But I still fell asleep at like 7 in the morning. So, but I have energy. Are you feeling the energy is here?
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm so ready to start.
I am so ready. Okay. I know today's kind of an exciting day for you because you have the secret NYC team with you.
Yes, I do. It's been a long day.
I know. And you guys are filming a day in the life. So what is a day in the life of a drag queen?
It really depends. I'm going to be honest with you. There's some weeks that are very chaotic. Like this week, Fashion Week, it's always a very chaotic week for me. And I always lie, like, oh, I'm already in drag. Why I don't do a little show? Can make some money with it. So I always book like a lot of stuff in the days that I'm in drag, like for example today. So now I'm doing this. Now after I have a show at $2 Bill, so I booked myself up a lot when I'm like in drag. But there's some weeks, mama, I just wrote in bed. I don't do anything. I put my wigs together, and like that's like a long process of work. Besides like the days that I'm already in drag, like someone needs to do the hair, someone needs to like get the outfits together and like clean the makeup and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I do during the week. Drag is my full-time job. So a day in the life of Jasmine can be a day crazy like this has been yesterday and today, or it can be a day that I'm just at home cleaning wigs, getting things together.
Yeah. How much does this cost you? Like, how much does it cost to like put up an outfit like this?
It really depends. This look is not mine, actually. I'm wearing Aleksandra. I think I'm saying the name right. I hope so. They dressed me yesterday for their show, so I'm just like repeating their outfit, which means I need to return in. It looks
sad.
That's a sad moment. But sometimes an outfit can be very expensive. Like right now, I just like did. It was like one of my first times actually building something from zero, like constructing the idea, getting the designer to make the look. Then I had this girl from Philadelphia. Shout out to Stone by Nala. Yes. She stoned everything. This look is like full stone with like thousands and thousands of rhinestones. Then it was the feather boa. Then it was the special hair for it. Then me and my roommate Alexis were like stoning the little hat and the little like bra cups. Like you can see that look on my Instagram. And that look was like probably over $1,000 to put it together. But it's a look that I'm going to wear so much, and I'm going to like make money with it. Like I'm going to wear that look for like years probably.
Right. And what about like makeup and wigs? Like I feel like that also costs a lot.
Yeah. So makeup, I get a lot of PR makeup. I get a lot of like packages from like different brands. So I do not spend that much money in makeup. Wigs, it really depends. Like sometimes $1,000, sometimes less. The wigs are very expensive.
Yeah.
But like again, if you take care of them, they can last months or years. Like I have.
Wait, only months? I kind of thought they were like a lifelong investment.
It depends. Like there's like some kind of like updos. Updos is when like it's like they are constructed up. Imagine if you perform like very aggressively, or if you do like things on stage, they start like falling apart. But like a wig like this, I hope she lasts the next like 2 or 3 years.
I mean, I feel like it would.
She was very expensive. Let's just say that. Like you're not seeing the inches.
Oh,
you're seeing all the hair.
Oh.
You're seeing it. So yeah, this one needs to last. So, and I just got it yesterday, so it's very new.
Okay, it's
very new.
I love it.
Thank you.
Speaking of inspiration, how did you dream up the persona of Jasmine? Like where did it all start?
Actually, it started like very. Like I didn't really thought about it. So I started doing drag. I was already like a YouTuber. I was like filming videos since I was like 14. And it was actually like going pretty good. I had like some videos with like 100,000 views at the time. I don't know if you know about Pablo Vittar. She's like this big drag queen in Brazil. Mm-hmm. And we, as like in Portugal, because it's the same language, and we ended up like sharing a lot of similar like culture aspects. We consume a lot of things from Brazil, like soap operas, TV shows, music. So Pablo Vittar was always very big in Portugal. I heard about Pablo Vittar before I heard about RuPaul, for example. So she
Fair.
was definitely my biggest inspiration when I started. And when I was 16 years old, I made an interview with her. I did an interview with her. It was just like this 16
So you
years
did
old
my
boy.
job.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like just a little boy. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking in that moment, and the interview is still up. I remember thinking in that moment, one day I wish that I could look a little bit like her, and I can now. And I can.
Cool.
So it was pretty much like out came the idea of start doing drag because I wanted to be like her, and I did a YouTube video that was like getting into Pablo Vittar's drag.
But what about her? Like, what is it that like fascinated you with her so much?
I think it's the thing that like fascinates me more about Pablo is in a country like Brazil, that is the country in the world that kills the most like trans women, for example. It's a very hard job to have in a country like that. You need to like fight a lot of battles and just to be yourself. So I think that's pretty much like what inspires me. And like, let's be honest, America's right now is not that much better.
We're gonna get into that.
But yeah, like I think it's the courage that she has to put on that wig and be herself to like thousands of people in a show. That's what like inspired me to like have that courage to be myself too.
Yeah. And then I know when we first met, you mentioned that you always felt like there was like a part of yourself that you wanted to let out of you, that you just like needed to move out of the small town in Portugal where you grew up, and then you moved to Lisbon, and you had this like really, I mean, I'll let you tell the story because I think it's kind of cool how you ended up doing drag, because it was kind of accidental in a way.
Yeah. So the first time that I did drag, I didn't have a name. I didn't have anything. I saw that it was like this little drag night competition in the club, like close to my house. And I was like, oh my God, I really want to try. And that was like close to a weekend that I was going to my family's house. So I asked my grandma, can you take me to the mall? And she took me to the mall, and I got like this, like actually it was like an Amazon, like pink wig. It was literally like the cheapest wig that I found, but I was like, that's the way I started, like to start.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to find like a top that will match. So I was like, it needs to be pink. So we went to this like retail store in Portugal, like close to my hometown, and the only shirt, like the only top that was pink was Jasmine from Aladdin. So that was the one that I picked. I had
Is
no
that how you
name,
picked the
nothing.
name?
That was pretty much how we started. Yeah. I saw like it was like multiple shirts from Disney, like from all the other characters, and I was like, no, it needs to be pink to match the wig. So I picked that one. I got to this competition, and one of the people there were like, how do you want us to introduce you? Like, what is your name? And I'm like, I don't really have one. And they were like, girl, just go with Jasmine. That's really in your shirt. That's like perfect branding. And I was like, let's go with Jasmine. But I was like,
God.
I want to put a Z on it. Because the Z is going to bring me like the personality that I need.
Yeah.
So that's how I put the Z on it. And I just went with Jasmine. I think I never had a second name. And I just like, I think because I have the Z, I think that's what differentiates me for all the Jasmines with an S. I do have one too, but small booties matter, right?
I know.
We should wake that up.
I
We
mean,
should
girl,
wake that up.
I agree. Okay, wait. So I want you to share the story because I think it's so cool of like how you ended up in that nightclub.
Yeah.
When you were like, your job was to interview
Yeah.
people coming to this club.
So first, I did this competition. It was like in November 2018, I believe. Then I went a month to Brazil.
Yeah.
I was 17 at the time, so it was a very like big. I always took big steps in my life. So I went to Brazil for a month, and when I came back, this club just like asked me like, would you do like what you do on YouTube of like talking with people, but pretty much like in our club, like interviewing people? Would you do it? And I'm like, sure. And they were like, but in drag. And I'm like, oh, should I? And of course, at that moment, I was already like with a little thing of like, I want to start
Yeah.
doing drag. I want to start. I already have a name. Why not? That's how it started. So I pretty much started like doing drag. Like my third time in drag, second time in drag was already working.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
pretty much like the first time you put on drag, like you were already being paid to do that.
Yeah.
Was it, how much did people pay you back then?
I don't really remember, but it was not a lot. Like back in Portugal, like let's be honest, people, and we don't have tips in there. Like no one tips the
Right.
drag queens in there. I don't remember, but it was like not a lot, like 50 euros.
Right.
Like
And that
60, I don't know.
and that takes like a whole evening to like get ready
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, and of course at the beginning, imagine if I told you like did I told you how long I took to get in drag today? Maybe I
Yeah,
didn't, but
like
I can't.
2.5 hours.
Yeah. 2.5
Wait,
hours.
how long did it take
At
you
the
back then?
beginning was like 5 hours,
Right.
4 hours. I didn't know what I was doing.
Just like learning from YouTube.
Not saying that today I
tutorials.
do. No, I do.
Yeah, you
I
do.
do it quick. I do it quick. Now I want to like I don't like to like spend my whole day getting in drag. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
it's not that I don't have fun with it. I just see it as a job too. I
Right.
love it. I love the experience of it, but it's my job, period.
Yeah.
So I don't think my job that I'm getting paid for 3 hours should take me 12 to get into it. And of course it takes me that time to like get the wig ready or get the look ready, but that is more enjoyable for me because at least I'm not in drag. Like getting in drag is uncomfortable, low-key. Like it's a lot going on, like corsets and nails and wigs and lashes and everything. So I don't like, I like to like rush it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I think that brings me to like a really interesting question, because being like Jasmine is part of your personality. It's like a persona of yours, but today it is your job, right? Like, so like your identity is tied to your job. Like, at what point in your day do you kind of switch from like yourself to like, oh, now I'm on my like work brain, I'm becoming Jasmine? Like, is there like such a distinction for you, or is it kind of all like a fluid continuation?
It's very fluid for me. I don't think I changed anything like really in my character, or like, of course I feel a little more confident when I'm in drag. Like that gives me that like that power. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, I don't know if I can curse, but like don't fuck with me.
Yeah, please.
I have that power in drag.
Yeah.
But I don't really change. Like as a person, I'm a very like control freak. Like
Yeah.
I need to have everything. Like I need to know what is happening, and I need to like everything like low-key planned, like my day and everything. So I don't think I change. I'm the same crazy person. You need to be a little crazy to be a drag queen. Trust. Very crazy.
Okay,
actually.
wait. What do you think a person needs to have in them to want to do drag? Like, you need
The
to be
desire to it. I think that's the only thing that you really need to. The desire to do it, the curiosity of doing it,
Okay.
of like trying it on. I always say like my advice for people that like have the idea or wanted to like start doing drag is just like sit down in your room and try it on. Don't like you can if you really want to, but my advice is not to just like, and let's look at what I did. I'm giving advice that I didn't really follow at the beginning because like I was, as I told you, I put my makeup on and first night I went out and second night I was working for it. But I think for you to look good, and like of course I'm more like of a fashion queen, so it's very important for me how you look, because it's way easier. You get people first for how you look before you perform, before you even talk. It's how you look or how you present yourself. So I think my biggest advice to people that have the idea of doing drag is just like sit down, get like the makeup that you can at the time, that you can afford at the time, or whatever. Like you don't really need expensive makeup to start. There's like a lot of brands that are very cheap and they do the work, and you sit down in front of a mirror and you try. Second week you have a day off, you try again until you figure out like, okay, I look good, I want to go out. I don't think you should like rush the beginning process of it.
How do you feel about the fact that your job is so much about like how people perceive you visually?
I feel good about it.
I love
I'm
that.
still young. Like
Yeah.
I'm 24 years old right now. I got here with 20, so like almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's still like I do care a lot about like my image, and because that's what my
your
job
job.
is. I don't know if like in 10 years I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so over it. Like I want to be perceived as something else. But by that time I'm gonna figure that out. Right now I still like do care a lot about like how I'm perceived in drag, mostly. Of course, like we all care.
Of
At
course.
the end of the day, we all care.
Of course.
But in drag,
But
mostly.
you're being paid to look like that.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah.
I'm being booked and I'm being paid to deliver a certain like level.
Yeah.
So even the nights that I'm not really feeling it, I know that I want to deliver
Right.
something that they like.
it's
I
your
want to be
job.
back. I want to be back there.
Yeah.
Like I don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, this brings me to my next question. You moved to New York about 4 years ago, like you said. And then when we first chatted, you mentioned that you moved to New York with no connections, just your Instagram account.
Yeah. A week and a dream in one luggage. That's what I say. That's going to be the title of my movie one day.
Wait, what's the opening scene?
The opening scene, just me getting here, the airport, JFK. Imagine that.
Yeah.
One luggage,
One
one wig inside, and one dream, a big dream. That was
Nothing else. Just one suitcase. There's only one wig in
suitcase.
there.
You open it, one wig, a bikini, maybe. That's what we got. A little bag of with makeup, and a big dream inside. Trust.
So what were the early days in New York?
So I got here. I had pretty much no money because quarantine. What was I doing in Portugal? I was literally not doing much. I came here with pretty much no money. I didn't know a single soul in this country. I got an Airbnb. I didn't know how to rent a room. And I didn't really know anyone or any club. Like, of course, like I tried to study and to follow some people that were already like working in nightlife in here. And I had a pretty good Instagram because like during quarantine, I was back in my family's house. I had all the time in the world. So I was focusing a lot on Instagram and doing like photo shoots for it and like makeup tutorials. So my Instagram did grow a lot during quarantine. So I had a very like good presentable Instagram. And when you text someone with a good presentable Instagram, that's way easier for them to open and be like, okay, why not give you a chance? And that's how we started. I just like was like texting everyone and their mother, like, I am here. Could you like give me a chance to perform at your show?
Yeah.
And that's really how we started. It was just like texting people and DMing people.
Yeah, but I love that. I think like I love to hear that because you genuinely came here not knowing anyone. You had built up like your own niche, like your own thing that you were so obsessed with and loved so much that comes from your own passion. And you had the courage to come here. And literally what you did was just no shame about it. Just DM every single person you could.
Yeah.
Is it okay? What are some like best DMs you sent that like actually get people to respond? Because I think
The
there's
ones
so
that we
many.
can't tell in here.
Wait, because I feel like there's so many people listening to it that they're like, I also want to get into nightlife or like any kind of like creative work or move to a new city, start a new life. Like what was your strategy? What was your approach?
I think even more like coming from like a small country, I came here really knowing what I want. And people kind of like get that.
Yeah.
They get that. Even more like when they meet you for the first time, they're like, this person really wants this.
Yeah.
Let me like give like the person another chance. Like,
Yeah.
why not? So you really like want to have it. And I really wanted to have it. And I really still want to do it and to like do this. So pretty much the text that I was saying was like, I'm new in the city. I don't really like know anyone. I can like do a number at your show. Would you have when you have availability? Like, when is your next availability? And that pretty much like worked a lot at the beginning. Again, I had a big work on my Instagram for that to be possible. I don't think if you're like starting from zero with like a new account or something, like these people that are booking for these shows, imagine New York gets like hundreds of new drag queens a year. Hundreds. So it's like they get that text a lot. So I did a pretty good job, I guess, during quarantine, like building an Instagram and building like a good looking account for them to like, let me check who's this person texting me. One of the 50 that texted me today about like getting booked in a show, and they're like, okay, she looks good. And why not giving an opportunity to someone that is like trying to start again? Yeah.
But I also think like one part about you that I think is so cool and inspirational is that you were really young. Like,
I was like 2 weeks. I moved here 2 weeks before I was 21.
Right. So, but that takes a lot of courage and a lot of like where do you think that courage and that like strong knowing of what you wanted come from? Because I feel like a lot of 20, 21-year-old, like even myself, like I came here as well when I was like 21, 22. Like, I don't know if I could just walk into the room and be like, this is what I want. Like, I don't think I had it. So I'm just curious, like, where do you think that came from for you?
I came from a very small town, and since a very young age, and I'm saying like 10 years old, 12 years old, I knew that I wanted more. And I knew that there was not really the place for me, and that might have become a thing because in a small town, imagine a very small country, being who you are and being like as feminine as I was at the time was not acceptable. So for me, was never an option being there.
Right.
As much as I love my femininity, I love like the environment in there and being with them. I always knew that like for me to be 50% of who I want to be, I cannot be here. So that's where it came from me of like, I want to fight for more.
Yeah.
And I always wanted that since like a very young age. I was like always very determined and like do my stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe that's how we started. And yeah.
I know that like a natural progression for you was moving into producing and throwing parties. And I feel like all of us obviously love going to parties, but I'm sure, me included, like we underestimate the work and time it takes to throw like an actually good party.
Yeah.
Like what does it take to produce a party?
Sometimes months. Like I had like some parties last year that they took me so long. It really depends if you have like a lot of talent, and if I like drag race queens that you need to like talk with the managers and like figure out their flights and their hotels and the time they're getting to the venue and the car that they're taking to the venue and what songs are they doing and where they bringing with them. It takes like months sometimes. Like last year I did a party that was attended by like 2,500 people, and that party was probably like the most chaotic night of my life, and it was the finale for the season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So I had the top 4 there with the winner and the crown and everything. So it's a lot for you to think about it with like Drag Race fans are crazy fans. They want to like see the queens. Like it's very easy for you as a fan of the show, even more small towns. New York, like we are very used to see these girls all the time.
Right.
But small towns, you really like weird like people on Drag Race, they're telling like their real stories.
Yeah.
Like for example, when it's my time to go, I will tell my my immigration story, or like how it is to be an immigrant in this country. And of course, people that are immigrants and like kind of went through the same like difficulties, yeah, they will be like, oh, I really relate to this person. So when they see you in person, they really like, oh my god, I really like you're such an important. Like I never met you in person, but you're so important to me because
like
I really relate to that. So even right now that I wasn't on television yet, I feel like it's easy in like podcasts like this that I'm telling a little bit of my story for people to see it, and they will be like, oh, I really like relate to that person. Like when I meet her, I want to like have their moment. So that's why that night specifically at the finale was so chaotic, because I had 4 of the queens that were just on television, a winner that just won the crown 10 minutes ago. So everyone wants to touch them. Everyone wants to get their moment to show how appreciative they are of them being brave enough to go on national television and tell their stories. Yeah. So yeah, it was a chaotic night.
What's the best night of the year to throw a party that's like going to make you the most money?
There's some nights that are very good, but the clubs don't give them away, because like New Year's Eve, Halloween, Pride, the clubs don't give it away. They make their annual rent sometimes in nights like that. But summer is very good. Summer is very good. Like January, February are kind of hard months, because people don't want to leave. Like look at this town right now, full of ice in the streets. You cannot walk. There's no crosswalks. There's nothing. So they're like way harder months. When it gets to April, people start going out more. September is good too. But like during summer, like June is a good month. Pride month. Everyone wants to celebrate Pride. So June, you know that like you should bring good talent, and you should be people that people want to see. Yeah.
But I feel like also in summer there's like way more competition.
Yeah, but way more people in town too. A lot of tourists, and like they want to like visit and do stuff. So it's way easier.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Before I'm going to like switch gears a little bit, because we're about to wrap up, unfortunately.
This was fast.
I know. I mean,
talk a lot, I told you.
I'm going to do like a couple of like rapid fire questions at the end, but before we move to the end, I want to talk a little bit more about something that like you and I sort of connected a little bit when we first met. Like you obviously are very open and you share your immigration story. And like similar to you, like I also moved to New York, like, oh my god, like almost 6 years ago now. But I also come from like a very, very small country in Europe. And I love how you talk about this like idea of coming from a smaller place, but like knowing that there's more potential for you. And there's like this big dream, this dream of New York City, or this dream of this big city. And I feel like we kind of hinted at it, but like it's obviously not a great time to be an immigrant in the US right now. So I'm just curious, how are you feeling about your relationship with New York City right now?
Girl, it's very hard to be an immigrant in this country right now. You're like afraid of existing. So imagine being an immigrant drag queen.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to like...
First of all, LGBT immigrant drag queen. Like, girl, pick a struggle. It's like, hard. It's hard. It's hard. Like, it's very scary how like this country is right now, and all like with this situation and stuff, and people getting like threatened to just be themselves or to be like who they are, and it's very hard. But I think people like me, that I put like this on for a crowd, we are here to show that we need to stand up and we need to keep strong and show them that they cannot like shut us down. That's so like awful, but that's true. Like me, and even more like with this Jasmine character, I wanna bring like immigrant excellence.
I love that.
So, but it is very hard. Like, and it's very hard to be an immigrant. Like, anyway, like you miss your family every day. It's just hard to not like. I just have like a baby sister right now with 2 years old that I didn't met yet, and
sorry.
it's just like But I am so sure about what I'm doing, and I'm so sure about like keeping this dream going and what I'm gonna achieve in life, that I just know, and I feel that, of course, there's some days that I wake up and I'm like, is it worthy? But I just know that it's gonna be worthy, and it's already been worthy. I cannot really complain about my life. I had the possibility that was like so important for me last September. I flew in my mom to visit me, and she came with me to a show.
Oh my
and
God,
it was like
how
a
was
pack
it?
night, so it was fierce. It was a pack night, and like she was just seeing everyone like gagging over me, and they're like, and it was like a Gaga night. So like I was.
Was it her first time seeing you perform in person?
Yeah, she saw me in drag like at home because I was like getting in drag to film tutorials and stuff like that. But it was the first time seeing me on a stage.
How was it to have your mom in the audience?
It was crazy. I talk about her in the mic a little bit, and she doesn't speak English, so she was just like, "What are you saying? What are you saying?" But it was just like my first time being able to give back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like,
It's incredible.
I have a trip for you.
Yeah.
Don't even bring any money or anything. I have a trip for you.
Aw.
So it was the first time that I could give back, because like I was a very difficult child. I just said that, like, imagine, like I was always crazy, but it was very important for her to see like
You.
in my life in here.
Yeah.
They like, it's, imagine they at the end of the day being supporting or not, because they are, it's still hard to understand like what I do.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand like, oh, I go to a club and you throw your own parties and people come and they tip you, but like why they tip you? Like what do you do on stage? Like they don't really like, it's not their world. So it was important for me, for her to come in and see like what is my world.
It is truly like, I think especially now, like being in New York, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. Like you love it because it allows you to live all your dreams and have these incredible opportunities and like be the most you could ever be in any place in the world. But then you're like, yeah, there are some things that I really don't agree with, and I don't love being so far away from my family, and I don't love being like, you know, by myself here and starting everything from scratch. So I really feel you.
It's just like important to create like your little bubble. Like I feel like, of course, you need to be aware of what's going on in the world, because that's the world that we live in. But it's very important to create your little bubble. And for me, it was like so important to create like a very strong group of friends that I feel so safe and at home with, that of course missing my family is a very strong part of my thoughts every day. But I'm so well-rounded. Shout out to my friends. That it makes it easier.
Okay. Rapid fire questions. So we're gonna wrap up with something fun, and then I know you have a busy night ahead, so I'm gonna let you go home, change, nap,
perform. It's Gaga night. It's Gaga night.
What is the most expensive look you've ever worn?
Probably this. Don't ask me the real price, because it's probably like a lot of $1,000, but probably this one.
And you have to give it back.
Give it back Monday morning. The Purple PR team are waiting for me.
Oh no, knocking at the
No
door.
minute. They're like, where's our look? But I'm using it 2 days in a row. I'm like,
You're getting your money's worth.
girl, I'm taking advantage. I'm going to take some advantage of it. But yeah, probably this one.
Wait, are most outfits like on loan for you, or do you own most stuff that you
I
wear?
own the most of the stuff that I wear, but it's cute to wear like this cute outfit that I will definitely not afford.
Okay, wait, what's the most expensive outfit you've bought for yourself?
Probably that blue one that I was telling you, like probably like $1,200, $1,300.
Damn.
Like feathers are expensive. Rhinestones are expensive.
And you
I wish that I could sew. I don't yet, but I'm taking care of it. I bought a sewing machine, and I'm not going to be that Queens on Drag Race that go without sewing. I swear. Don't
Okay.
make me.
I feel like you were like hinting at this a little bit, but what's the biggest amount you've ever made from one performance?
Performance, probably like a good brunch, like $1,700. Brunches are good.
Damn.
Brunches are good.
Okay, what's like a regular typical base?
It really depends. There's people like working for as little like $70. That's another ones. It really depends like what you bring to the club.
Right.
There's people working for 200, 300. After you go on Drag Race and you bring like so much crowd, you work for
Yeah.
$5,000.
What about you?
Like-
What's your rate?
We cannot say that. We cannot say that in here. We cannot be that open.
All right. How much do you collect in tips a night on a good
It
night?
really depends. Like a good night, I can leave the place with like $300-$400 just in tips from like two numbers. It really depends like how long the show is, if it's one number, if it's two numbers, if it's like a whole show that you're like hosting, like an hour show, you're always like collecting it. It really depends. I do a lot of late nights. So late nights, you find two kind of crowds. The crowds that are already very wasted. So they don't really, they are looking at you, but they forgot that what drag queen's performing, so they're not really ready for it. Or the crowds that go to see drag. They went there because they saw there was a drag show, so they come like with their pockets ready.
Nice.
But yeah, it really depends. Like, can go from like $100 to that happened before like $500-$600.
Okay,
in
amazing.
tips. Yeah.
And that's like for like two numbers. So like
Yeah, usually,
yeah.
It
Okay.
really depends. Brunches do a lot of money because it's longer.
Yeah.
You're there for like you do three numbers, they are longer, and people go to drag brunches to see drag.
Right.
And they know that you tip in a drag brunch.
Yeah.
So brunches do a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of money in a brunch. Yeah.
Is that your preferred spot to do?
I'm not a morning person, so not really. I hate everything in the morning. Can you imagine getting into this at 8 in the morning? It's terrifying.
Okay, actually that's fair. That's a
So
good
I don't
point.
do it a lot. So
Yeah.
the ones that I do, they need to be very worthy.
Do you do any like I mean, I've seen some wild stuff like splits, headstands, like
Depends on the day.
backflips.
I cannot do a split yet. I'm so sad, but I will. I've been
Okay.
trying. Every time that I go to the gym, I stretch like to try to do the split, and I see it coming from me. But yeah, I get on the floor. It really depends on it's very important the crowd energy. If
Yeah.
they start like screaming and stuff, you just feel the adrenaline.
Yeah.
I performed sometimes, and this was actually very recently that I was like in pain. I was like sick as fuck like before, and in the second that you start feeling that energy and feeling that screaming, you forget about it. I was like with so much back pain before. I was like going on the floor. My roommate was like, "Are you crazy? I just saw a video of you like jumping on the floor, and I've been the past week putting you this like gel for your back and like giving you food in bed. And you just go and do a thing on the floor. Like, no, girl, get it together." And I was like, in the moment, you completely like vanish. Is the adrenaline of
Yeah.
making that people happy?
Oh, I love that.
It's fierce.
Okay. So you're on the floor.
I do a lot of things on the floor. I always say in a show when I'm like inviting them to tip, I was like, if you like what you see, give us $1, give us $2, give us $5. We do a lot of things for $10. $20 bills, girl, the things I would do for a $20 bill. Just give me one and see what happens.
Wait, does someone have cash? I want to see.
Not in this look, not in designer. I barely can move. I'm like,
Okay, I love that. Okay, I'm
What
going to
is
ask one last time. How much do you charge per night? What's your base?
a Red Bull
One Red Bull and you're on the
and a
floor.
fierce margarita. It really depends. It really depends.
Well, thank you so much for
Oh my God,
coming.
thank you. It was such
This
a good
is-
time. I talk a lot. I told you, I talk a lot.
You're the best guest ever.